Hey, Mark the Guitar Guy here. I'm going to show you guys how to play a really cool song. It's by Oasis, it's called Wonderwall. The reason I want to show you this, it's a classic song to play on any guitar, electric or acoustic, and as soon as you hear it, you know what song it is. It's normally done with a capo position around the 2nd or 3rd fret. So if you have a capo, you can chuck that on and have a go at that. But I'm going to show you now a version of it without the capo, just so we can get through the chords and you don't have to go and buy one before you can do this lesson. But do try it with the capo on the 2nd or 3rd fret and you will sound exactly like the album, I assure you. Now the cool thing about this whole song is it's done with some really, really simple chords. It's ingenious really. If you do a G chord, if you start off with the G chord, I'm using the G with all the fingers, which is more like a G5. But the important thing is that the 3rd and 4th fingers are staying here on the 3rd fret on the bottom 2 strings, okay? So both those strings are covered, as opposed to a G that you might learn from basic chords books or the old way of learning G. We're going to be doing the full G here. So once you've got that on, those fingers don't move. They stay there the entire time, right throughout our chord changes. So basically what we do is we keep those there, they're anchored there, and then we're going to be playing in E minor. E minor is the basic, just 1st and 2nd finger on the E minor position, just like they would normally for an E minor. If you don't know what that is, you can check that out. Otherwise it's just 0, 2, 2, 0, 3, 3 is the tab for that. Then it goes to a G, which you already know. Then we do a D. Now D, we only need 1 finger because the other 2 notes are already covered by our 3rd and 4th fingers, aren't they? They're already in position. So anything we do with our 1st, 2nd finger is going to be pretty much useless anyway. So we're just using our 1st finger to play that 3rd string note on the 2nd fret. And then the last chord is an A chord. Well, we only need to bring that 1st finger up 1 string and chuck our 2nd finger underneath that, and we have an A. So the first thing is to get those first 4 chords down. So we start from the E minor, to a G, to a D, to an A. Important when we do this to strum the correct strings. So from an E minor, it's all the strings, so is a G. For a D, aiming from the D string down, and from an A, aiming from the A string down. When you're doing this for the very, very first time, you'll notice it's very simple to go from that last chord, the A, first 2 fingers, all they have to do is come up 1 string, boom, and then we start again at E minor. Nothing tricky. You don't need to take your fingers off and then try and figure it out and take them off and try and figure out the next chord. You can just find the quickest way to find the way to that next chord shape. E minor, really easy to G. Notice when I did that change, by the way, my 2nd finger just came straight across. D is simple and the A is simple. So simply start by getting those first 4 chords down, one after the other. You might want to give yourself a little bit of a rest because those 3rd and 4th fingers have been staying there the whole time. They can get a little bit sore, a little bit tender. Make sure you take them off every now and again to give them a rest. The poor things have been hanging out so long, pushing hard on those 2 strings, okay? So E minor, G, D, A. This is just the intro at this stage. Now there's a funky strumming pattern that's happening during that. I'm just going to start off though with doing a basic strumming pattern. We're going to do down, miss, down, down, up, which is the slow rock strum pattern. If you haven't seen that, do check out my video on the slow rock strumming pattern and you'll find that very, very helpful. What we're going to be doing is down, miss, down, down, up. Down, miss, down, down, up. Okay? Then we're changing to a G. Down, miss, down, down, up. Just to remind you, this is the basic version of this, not the funky version. Then a down, miss, down, down, up on the D, and the same for A. Down, miss, down, down, up. Then we combine that, so it sounds like this. I'll just do it slowly for starters, starting on the E minor. Okay, nice and simple. So once you've got that, we need the funky strumming pattern. Okay, so the funky strumming pattern I'm going to show you, it's a little bit different. If you've done the slow rock funky strum, this is pretty much exactly the same thing. But we'll start with that one just to give you a bit of a grounding on that. Please do check out those videos on strumming though. They are very, very comprehensive and any questions that you have about the strumming pattern will be answered in those videos. Just saves me going back over it all again here. But I'm just going to quickly give you the version of it. So I'm going to put my fingers over the strings to give us a bit of a chicky-chick noise and then we practice that strum. So the strum is down, miss, down, down, up, up, down. Start with that. Down, miss, down, down, up, down. And we can add one more down and we've pretty much got that strum done, to be honest. It's just this, down, miss, down, down, up, down, down. Now before we change chords, we do a little wee down up, a small down up, and that gets us onto the next chord. So the whole pattern is this. Okay, and if you're writing that down, it's down, miss, down, down, up, down, 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 up. That's the whole pattern, okay? So when you've got that strumming pattern down and you can play that over and over, then you're ready to try out with the chords. There's something I'm going to show you though before we do that. So just get this down a little bit more. So we've got down, this, down, down, up, down, 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 up. So once you've got that flowing, and it's very easy, you'll find that when you do your chord change, so when you want to do that second chord, so E minor to G, actually changes on an upstroke. Down, miss, down, down, up, down, 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 up. It's the very, very first upstroke of the pattern. Down, miss, down, down, up, down, 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 up. That gives you the two chords. I'll show you what I mean. So here's an E minor. Can you hear where those are now? Down, miss, down, down, up, down, down, down. Really important you get the upstroke there. And you can add the little down up at the end. That gives you time to get to the D, which is the D and the A are the next two chords. So there's the two other chords. So same progression, it's just that the change on the upstroke. And now already you can hear the basic idea of that whole intro happening already. Now if you're at that stage, already you've got most of the song down. You just need to know what the rest of the chords are. But for now, that's a really, really good start. And all you need is that to make your playing a bit more exciting, a bit more adventurous, instead of just doing the same old exercises and boring routines that you might be doing. Something fun to add to your playing. If you really like that song, do check out the rest of that song. And let me know if you do want to hear all the little nuances that go on in that song as well, because I can definitely help you with that. But some simple ideas using some very simple chord shapes that you can use in a lot of your playing. So have some fun with that. It's great to see you again. If you like this, please let us know and comment down below, because I'd love to hear from you. I do read everything. And if you want to subscribe so you can get hold of all these lessons that are happening, it'd be great too. So this is Mark the Guitar Guy signing off. We'll catch you again next time.